Life doesn't come with a pause button, but it does come with a reset button. Sometimes you got to step back, take a breath, and start fresh. If you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or like life's been piling up too much on your plate, let me tell you something. It's time to reset, restart, and refocus. The first step in any reset is admitting you've lost your way. Nobody gets through life without veering off course. It happens to the best of us. Whether you've been chasing the wrong goals, wasting time on distractions, or simply feeling unmotivated, it's okay to admit that something isn't working. You can't fix a problem you refuse to acknowledge. Ignoring the signs that you're off track only makes things worse. You might feel it in your gut like something is just off, but instead of facing it, you try to push through, hoping things will magically improve. But here's the truth. Life doesn't fix itself. You must recognize when you're headed in the wrong direction. Being off track doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't mean you've wasted time. It simply means you're human. Too often we beat ourselves up for not being perfect, but perfection is a myth. What matters is your willingness to take an honest look at where you are and decide to make a change. Start by identifying the areas of your life that feel out of alignment. Is it your career, your relationships, your health, or your mindset? Get specific about what's not working. Write it down if you need to. Seeing it on paper can bring clarity and help you confront the truth. Next, let go of the shame. Being off track doesn't define you. It's just a season, and seasons change. Remember that life is full of detours, and sometimes those detours are necessary to teach you something valuable. Every wrong turn brings lessons that prepare you for the right path. Once you've admitted where you're off track, commit to taking action. Don't just sit in the realization. Use it as fuel to reset your course. The act of acknowledging where you've gone wrong is powerful because it puts you back in the driver's seat. You're no longer a passenger in your own life. You can't write a new chapter in your life if you're stuck rereading the last one. Think about it. How often do we hold on to past hurts, failures, or mistakes, replaying them over and over and over and over again? It's like trying to move forward while dragging a heavy suitcase full of regret. At some point, you've got to let go of that baggage. Your old story might be full of excuses, blame, or self-pity. Maybe you've convinced yourself that you're not good enough because of what happened in the past. But here's the truth. The past only has power over you if you let it. You can't change what's already done, but you can decide how it shapes you moving forward. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or pretending the past didn't happen. It means choosing to stop letting it define you. It's about taking the lessons from those experiences and leaving the pain behind. Holding on to anger, guilt, or resentment only hurts you, not the people or situations that caused it. Start by recognizing the story you've been telling yourself. What are the limiting beliefs or negative narratives that keep playing in your head? Challenge them. Ask yourself, is this true? Does this serve me? Does this align with the person I want to become? More often than not, you'll realize those stories are just fear in disguise. Letting go requires forgiveness, not just for others, but for yourself. Forgive yourself for the mistakes you've made, the opportunities you missed, and the times you fell short. Self-forgiveness is one of the most freeing things you can do because it releases you from the chains of self-doubt. Replace the old story with a new one. Decide who you want to be and what you want your life to look like moving forward. Write it down, speak it out loud, and remind yourself of it daily. This new story should be filled with hope, purpose, and a belief in your ability to grow and change. This isn't just about cleaning your house, it's about clearing your mind. When you're overwhelmed, it's not just the physical mess that's weighing you down, it's the mental clutter. We tend to hold on to things, people, habits, situations that no longer serve us. But here's the reality. You can't move forward when you're surrounded by chaos. Whether it's a cluttered house, a toxic relationship, or a mind filled with negativity, it's time to clear the space and make room for something new. Start by looking around you. What's in your physical environment that you no longer need? I'm talking about that pile of old papers, clothes you haven't worn in years, or the broken items you're hanging on to just in case. Those things are not helping you move forward. They're holding you back. Get rid of them. Clean your space like your future depends on it, because it does. Now let's talk about mental clutter. This is the junk in your mind, the doubts, the what ifs, the regrets. If you're constantly replaying the past or worrying about the future, your mind is a battlefield. To reset, you need to declutter that mental space. Start with mindfulness. Practice being present in the moment. Focus on what's happening now, not on what's already gone or what might never come. This will free up mental energy you didn't even know you had. Then, consider the people in your life. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. We often hold on to toxic relationships out of fear of loneliness or obligation, but these people drain your energy and cloud your judgment. It's time to make tough decisions about who stays and who goes. Surround yourself with people who support, uplift, and challenge you to grow. These are the relationships that nurture your soul and fuel your progress. Next, look at your habits. Are there any behaviors you've been holding on to that are sabotaging your success? It's time to let them go. This could be procrastination, self-doubt, or the habit of waiting for the perfect moment. There's no perfect moment. The time to act is now. Replace bad habits with new ones that align with the life you're creating. Once you've cleared out the physical, mental, and emotional clutter, you'll feel lighter, freer, and more focused. It's like opening the windows to let fresh air in. Decluttering is not just about getting rid of stuff. It's about making space for what matters. It's about resetting your environment inside and out to match the vision you have for your life. Don't forget to maintain your space. Just like cleaning your house isn't a one-time thing, decluttering your life is an ongoing process. You've got to check in with yourself regularly, emotionally, mentally, and physically to ensure you're not holding on to things that no longer serve your purpose. Keep your space clear so you can keep your mind and soul open to new possibilities. You can't restart if you don't know where you're going. This is where too many people get stuck. They feel dissatisfied with their current situation but have no clear vision for what they want to achieve. Without a roadmap, you're just wandering, hoping for something to change. But change doesn't happen by accident. You have to decide what you want and then go after it with everything you've got. The first step in defining your new goals is getting specific. Don't just say, I want to be successful. That's too vague. What does success look like for you? Do you want to start a business, write a book, buy a house, lose 20 pounds? Get specific about what you want to accomplish and why it matters to you. The why is just as important as the what because it fuels your motivation when things get tough. Once you have a clear goal, break it down into smaller, actionable steps. Don't focus on the whole mountain. Just think about the first step. When you break down big goals into smaller pieces, they become less intimidating and you can start building momentum. Focus on what you can do today, this week, and this month. Taking action, no matter how small, keeps you moving forward. Next, make your goals measurable. How will you know when you've succeeded? For example, instead of saying, I want to get healthy, say, I will work out 4 times a week for the next 3 months. This makes your goal tangible and trackable. When you can measure your progress, you stay motivated and can make adjustments along the way. Don't be afraid to dream big, but also be realistic. There's nothing wrong with setting ambitious goals, but they should be achievable. Stretch yourself, but don't set yourself up for failure. If a goal feels out of reach, break it down further until it feels like something you can realistically accomplish. Then write your goals down. There's something incredibly powerful about putting pen to paper. Writing your goals makes them real. It commits you to the process. When you see them written out, it's a constant reminder of what you were working towards, and it keeps you accountable to yourself. There are two types of stress, the kind you can fix and the kind you can't. And let me tell you right now, worrying about the stuff you can't control is a waste of energy. Too often we find ourselves getting worked up about things that are completely out of our hands, other people's opinions, the economy, the weather, or the past. None of that can be changed, so why waste your time and energy on it? When you focus on what you can control, you stop being a victim of circumstances. You take your power back. You start focusing on your actions, your attitude, and your response to the world around you. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you react. And how you react determines the quality of your life. Start by taking a deep breath and letting go of the things that are stressing you out but are outside your control. Acknowledge them, but don't let them consume you. You'll feel a weight lift off your shoulders once you realize you don't have to fix everything. Your energy is better spent on things that will move you forward. Next, get laser focused on the things you can control. This might include your habits, your mindset, your work ethic, and how you treat others. The small things you can control add up to massive results over time. If you consistently work on what's within your power, you'll find that you have more influence over your life than you ever realized. One of the most important things you can control is your mindset. The way you think about yourself and your circumstances shapes everything. If you're constantly thinking negative thoughts, you're going to create a negative reality. But if you choose to focus on positivity, gratitude, and possibility, your reality will start to shift. Your mind is your most powerful tool. Use it wisely. Your time is precious. Don't waste it worrying about what's out of your control. Instead, invest it in what you can change. Use your time to take care of yourself, to build your skills, to create your vision, and to take action. Every minute spent on things you can control is a minute invested in your future. Change is inevitable, and whether you like it or not, it's coming. The question is, are you ready for it? Too many people resist change because it feels uncomfortable, unpredictable, or even scary. But here's the truth. Staying the same is not an option if you want to grow. Change isn't your enemy. It's the vehicle that takes you to the next level. If you learn to embrace it, you'll unlock opportunities you never imagined. The first step to embracing change is shifting your perspective. Stop looking at it as something to fear and start seeing it as a chance to evolve. When something in your life shifts, whether it's a new job, a relocation, or even a relationship ending, it's not the end of the world. It's the beginning of something new. The discomfort you feel is growth trying to take root. Lean into it instead of running away. Next, let go of the need to control every aspect of your life. You can't plan for everything, and that's okay. Life is full of surprises, both good and bad. When you cling too tightly to how you think should be, you close yourself off to possibilities. Loosen your grip, and you'll find that change often brings blessings you didn't expect. Trust that what's coming is better than what's gone. Start small if you're struggling to embrace change. You don't have to turn your life upside down overnight. Make one small adjustment, take a new route to work, try a different hobby, or start a new morning routine. These little shifts train your mind to see change as something positive rather than something to avoid. Over time, you'll get more comfortable with bigger changes. Surround yourself with people who thrive on growth and adaptation. When you're around individuals who see change as an opportunity, it's contagious. Their energy will inspire you to approach life with the same mindset. On the flip side, distance yourself from people who resist growth and cling to the past. Their negativity will hold you back from stepping into your future. Take a moment to reflect on past changes in your life. Think about the times when you were forced to adapt. Didn't those moments make you stronger, wiser, and more resilient? Remember that every season of change brings lessons that prepare you for what's next. You've handled change before and you'll handle it again. Each experience builds your capacity to face the unknown with courage. Recognize that change is the only way to become the person you're meant to be. You can't grow by staying in your comfort zone. Life will push you out of it, and you have to decide whether you're going to fight it or flow with it. The choice is yours. But if you embrace change with open arms, you'll discover a life far greater than anything you've imagined. Your life is your responsibility and no one else's. It's easy to blame others or circumstances for where you are. But that doesn't get you anywhere. Accountability is about owning your choices, your actions, and your results. When you take full responsibility for your life, you take back your power. It's not about beating yourself up. It's about recognizing that you are in control of your destiny. Start by looking in the mirror. Be honest with yourself about where you are and how you got there. If you're not where you want to be, don't point fingers at your past, your parents, your boss, or your ex. Instead, ask yourself, what could I have done differently? This isn't about blame, it's about empowerment. When you take responsibility, you realize that you can change your situation. Accountability also means being real about your habits and routines. Are you showing up for yourself every day? Are you doing the work? Or are you making excuses? It's easy to say, I don't have time, or I'll start tomorrow, but those are just lies we tell ourselves to avoid discomfort. The truth is, you make time for what matters. If you're not prioritizing your goals, that's on you. Be willing to confront your weaknesses. Nobody's perfect, but the people who succeed are the ones who face their flaws head on and work on them. If you're procrastinating, ask yourself why. If you're not consistent, figure out what's holding you back. Self-awareness is the first step to self-improvement. You can't fix what you refuse to acknowledge. Taking accountability doesn't mean doing it all alone. It's okay to ask for help, but you have to do it with the right mindset. Don't expect others to fix your problems for you. Seek guidance, mentorship, or advice, but be ready to put in the effort yourself. The best help in the world won't work if you're not willing to take action. Learn to celebrate your wins, too. Accountability isn't just about owning your mistakes, it's about owning your successes. When you achieve something, no matter how small, give yourself credit. Recognize that your hard work and dedication got you there. This builds confidence and reinforces the habit of taking responsibility for your life. Commit to being accountable every day. This isn't a one-time thing, it's a way of life. Hold yourself to a high standard, not because anyone else is watching, but because you deserve the best. When you take accountability for your life, you step into a level of freedom and empowerment that no one can take away from you. Boundaries are not walls to shut people out, but bridges to preserve your energy, focus, and peace. Without boundaries, you let other people's priorities overrun yours, and soon you're exhausted, frustrated, and unproductive. Setting boundaries isn't about being selfish. It's about protecting what matters most to you so that you can thrive in all areas of your life. The first step in setting boundaries is getting clear about your limits. Ask yourself, what drains you? What causes you stress? What interrupts your focus? Often it's not the big things, but the small, consistent distractions or demands that eat away at your peace. Identifying these areas helps you understand where you need to draw the line and create space for what truly matters. Communicating your boundaries is where most people struggle. It's uncomfortable to say no or to tell someone that something isn't working for you, but it's necessary. Be firm but respectful. You don't owe anyone a long explanation. A simple, I can't do that right now is enough. The people who respect you will understand, and those who don't will likely take advantage of you anyway. Start small if you're not used to setting boundaries. Say no to one thing that doesn't serve you. Decline one invitation or delegate one task that someone else can handle. Each time you honor your boundaries, you'll feel a little stronger and a little more in control. Over time, this becomes second nature, and you'll wonder why you ever allowed yourself to be overrun. Remember, boundaries are not just for other people, they're also for yourself. Set boundaries around your time. your energy, and even your thoughts. Decide when you're going to work, when you're going to rest, and when you're going to focus on personal growth. Protect your time from distractions like excessive scrolling, gossip, or negative self-talk. This discipline keeps you aligned with your goals. Expect pushback when you start enforcing boundaries. Not everyone will be thrilled about your new standards, especially if they've been benefiting from your lack of them. Stand firm. Remind yourself that their reaction is not your responsibility. Your job is to protect your energy and peace so that you can show up fully for the things and people that truly matter. Consistency is the secret ingredient to success that everyone knows but few practice. It's not about being perfect every day. It's about showing up, rain or shine, and doing the work. Most people fail not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they give up too soon. Success loves consistency. And if you stay the course, you will see the results. The first step in building consistency is creating a routine that aligns with your goals. Routines take the guesswork out of your day. They turn good habits into automatic actions. Start with the basics when you'll wake up, when you'll work on your goals, and when you'll rest. Make these non-negotiable. A solid routine is the foundation for long-term success. Don't let motivation be your driver because motivation fades. Some days you'll feel like tackling the world, and other days you won't even want to get out of bed. That's normal. What matters is that you stick to the plan regardless of how you feel. Discipline carries you when motivation fails. The more you practice discipline, the stronger it gets, just like a muscle. Track your progress to stay consistent. It's easy to lose sight of how far you've come when you're in the grind every day. Keep a journal, use an app, or create a simple checklist. Every small win builds momentum and reminds you that your efforts are paying off. Progress, no matter how small, fuels your drive to keep going. Surround yourself with people who value consistency. If you're around people who are flaky, undisciplined, or complacent, that energy will rub off on you. Seek out those who show up, put in the work, and hold themselves accountable. Their habits and mindset will inspire you to stay consistent even when the going gets tough. Prepare for setbacks because they're inevitable. Life happens. You might miss a workout, skip a task, or fall off track for a day or two. The key is not to let one slip turn into a downward spiral. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and get back on track. Consistency isn't about never failing. It's about always bouncing back. Consistency is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Anyone can start strong, but it takes commitment to stay the course. Over time, your consistent efforts compound, creating results far greater than you could ever imagine. The journey may be slow, but the rewards are worth it. Keep showing up one step at a time. Life throws curveballs, and the sooner you accept that not everything is within your control, the sooner you can find peace. Too many people waste energy worrying about things they can't change, what others think, the past, or unforeseen events. Focusing on what you can control isn't just practical, it's liberating. It allows you to channel your energy where it makes a difference. The first step is identifying what's within your power. You can't control the weather, but you can prepare for it. You can't control someone else's attitude, but you can control how you respond. You can't rewrite the past, but you can decide how it shapes your future. When you stop fighting battles you can't win, you free up energy to invest in areas where you can make progress. Start practicing control over your daily habits. You may not control the big picture overnight, but small, consistent actions build momentum. Focus on what you eat, how you spend your time, and what thoughts you entertain. These choices seem small, but they shape the direction of your life. Mastering these areas will give you a sense of control, even when external circumstances are unpredictable. Mind your reactions. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. When things don't go as planned, pause and take a breath. Ask yourself, what's my next best move? This simple practice keeps you from spiraling to frustration or despair. You can't always control the situation, but you can always control how you handle it. Stop obsessing over other people's opinions. You'll never please everyone, and trying to do so is a losing game. What you can control is how you view yourself. Build a foundation of self-respect and self-belief so strong that no one's judgment can shake it. When you focus on being true to yourself, you naturally attract the right people and opportunities. Redirect your energy from worrying to problem solving. When faced with uncertainty, ask yourself, what can I do right now to make this better? Even small actions can shift the situation in your favor. Worrying solves nothing, but taking proactive steps does. It's about progress, not perfection, and every effort counts. Passion is the fire that keeps you going when nothing else will. It's what gets you out of bed in the morning and drives you to push through obstacles. But passion doesn't stay alive on its own. It requires nurturing. Over time, it's easy to lose sight of what excites you as life's demands pile up. Reigniting your passion is about reconnecting with the things that light you up and fuel your purpose. Start by asking yourself what truly makes you happy. Strip away the expectations of others and dig deep into what excites you. What's the one thing you do for free because it brings you so much joy? Your passion might be buried under years of responsibilities and distractions, but it's still there. Take the time to rediscover it. Revisit your why. Why did you start your journey in the first place? What was the original dream that got you moving? Sometimes all it takes to reignite your passion is remembering what lit the fire in the first place. Write it down, visualize it, and let it inspire you all over again. Your why is your compass guiding you back to what matters. Surround yourself with passionate people. Passion is contagious. When you're around individuals who are excited about their work, their goals, or their lives, their energy rubs off on you. Seek out mentors, friends, or communities that share your interests and enthusiasm. Their support and encouragement will help you stay motivated. Reignite your passion by stepping out of your comfort zone. Try something new that excites or challenges you. Sometimes the monotony of routine can dull your spark. Breaking free from it can help you see things from a fresh perspective. Whether it's learning a new skill, traveling, or tackling a bold project, new experiences can rekindle your excitement for life. Reassess your daily habits. Are they fueling your passion or are they draining it? If you're spending hours on activities that don't align with your goals, it's time to make changes. Create a daily routine that prioritizes what you're passionate about, even if it's just for an hour a day. These small shifts add up over time. Remember that passion isn't always loud or flashy. Sometimes it's a quiet, steady commitment to what you love. Don't confuse a lack of hype with a lack of passion. As long as you're moving in the direction of what makes you happy, you're keeping that fire alive. Passion isn't about being constantly energized. It's about staying connected to what matters.